Monday, and good Monday morning to Jimmy McCoy. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having me.
Jimmy, you are from the JCI Veterans Resource Fair at Hart Park, are you not?
Yes, that's correct.
Are you the rep for that?
I am one of 3 co-chairs for this event, correct?
Excellent. Tell me a little bit about the event, which is coming up in a few weeks in October, I believe, the 22nd?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So this Veteran Resource Fair is a passion project of mine. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and JCI Santa Clarita is all about building leaders in the local community. Well, military vets, we kind of have that leadership background, so this was a natural fit for me. And one of my other co-chairs and I started talking about a good project to put on. We put our heads together and we came up with this one. He was a corpsman, so he also has a background as a military vet. And what we have both figured out in our timeline is it's very hard to get access to your benefits when you get out, especially if you don't know how to navigate the system. The purpose of this resource fair is to demystify that process for other veterans in our community.
That's fantastic. Any help we can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
It becomes very, something like that becomes very daunting when you have to navigate through those systems, and sometimes you don't even know where to start. So tell me a little bit about the event on the 22nd. How will this event help people? Where do we start once we come to the event?
All right. So the event is going to be held October 22nd at William S. Hart Park from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The goal is to feed the veterans that attend for free, and there is an RSVP link they can sign up for. They're more than welcome to bring their friends and their family because we understand that support systems are very necessary and critical for this group. And we're going to have all kinds of fun and games and activities for those family and friends. But for the vets, we have done our best to put together a who's who's list of service providers in the area and community that are going to be able to help them navigate some of these systems. For example, we have veteran service officers to help these vets file their disability claims. We've got folks coming out to talk about VA home loans and how to access them. We got a representative from College of the Canyons coming out to talk about education benefits. We've got folks talking about all kinds of good mental health services that these vets can get access to right here in our local community. We did our absolute best to make sure that no one there is trying to sell a vet or their family member anything. As much as we love the veteran memorabilia, this is information that we're trying to get out there. And like I said, demystify this process. So we want to help navigate them through the whole thing. They're going to arrive. We're going to steer them to where they need to go. They're going to be able to sit down with these groups and get the information that they need.
What exactly, you mentioned earlier that this was a natural fit because you were in the service as well. But what made you, there are so many different organizations, what made you cling to this one?
So Junior Chamber International is really great because it targets the local community and it recognizes that change starts from the local environment and moves up. But also Junior Chamber International is international, right? We're the Santa Clarita chapter. I fell in line with this group because my wife got involved and she started coming home just absolutely jazzed about these wonderful passion projects that suddenly she had a committee around her helping her put on. And I wanted to get involved too and pay back. But the concept of building leaders is especially important to me because you can imagine being in the military, I've had my fair share of good leadership and bad leadership. And I just want to make sure that the future generation coming up has those good leadership traits that are going to really propel us forward.
Were you, personal question, were you married when you were in the service?
Yes.
So your wife knows all about being that support system.
Yeah, we found out that we had to become private investigators in order to access these benefits. The system is really murky, it's convoluted, and you really have to become your own best advocate. Mm-hmm. And of course, that starts with becoming well-versed in this process. So we had to do a lot of research. It took me 10 years after I got out before I finally filed for my benefits, which means I left hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. That's quality of life money that could have made our home life so much better.
And now you guys you're the tour guides.
That's the goal.
You guys are the tour guides. All right. The event happens on October 22nd. Is there an entrance fee, or do we have to get a ticket of some sort, or do we have to register? How does that work?
So there is no entry fee. This is completely free for veterans and their family. There is a link online, jcisantaclarita.com. You can click under the events tab. If you scroll down, you'll see the JCI Veteran Resource Fair, and it has all the information that you'll need right there. If you're wanting to volunteer, please sign up. We're happy to take volunteers. That's mostly setup and tear down of, pop-ups and tables and chairs. But veterans are encouraged to RSVP just so we know how many meals we're providing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jimmy McCoy, representing this amazing event that is happening on the 22nd of October. Mark your calendar. Tell your friends. Tell anyone who may be affected and may need this type of help. It took Jimmy 10 years, and that's 10 years, like you said, of benefits lost.
Yeah, a decade of suffering without gain.
Right.
Don't let it be you.
You're the cautionary tale.
Right.
And now you're our tour guide. Thank you so much for being in on the morning show. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Santa Clarita's #1 morning show.